Can you share 2 to 3 ways for companies to gain a competitive edge to respond to pressure from society and also environmental responsibility?
To your question on competitive edge,
Yes.
I think ESG and stakeholder capitalism, if you position it well, most shareholders would appreciate it because dividends and profit that is healthily earned, that blesses the community, will bring the joy to the shareholders. And if it's properly positioned, I believe it will give a competitive edge for you to fundraise, and also for your stakeholders, your customers, your suppliers, your consultants, and your neighborhood. Whether you are, when I say neighborhood, your neighbors, your community, whether it's directly or indirectly. So that will certainly gives you that competitive edge, right? And I think that is where the changing of mindset, that we must see ESG as not a cost, but in a greater purpose. Yeah.
Let's move on next question. What are the 2 to 3 ways to satisfy the economic expectations of their shareholders and also adopt social and environmental values?
What are the ways?
What are the ways to satisfy the economic expectations of their shareholders as well as adopt social and environmental values?
Yeah, I think we have to remodel the expectation, right? And once you have factored in and presented, different shareholders have different expectation. So I think finding the like-minded shareholders are important. So for example, some shareholders will be happy with 10% profit per year, or 15%, or 20%. So I think companies will need to now define their ESG goals. And from the ESG goals that they have defined, they will have a projection of returns, and that is where the right shareholders will come in. I think there is no right or wrong, but if more and more people talk about this, you will have a bigger pool of shareholders going for this. It's like iPhone. When iPhone 1 and now iPhone 13 or iPhone 14, when awareness on the power of smartphone with all the apps that is coming through, everyone will jump in. But in the earlier years, you only see very few jump into a smartphone world. But now it's a norm. Smartphone is everywhere. So I believe in future, shareholders would like to prioritize ESG instead of the returns, solely on returns. Yeah. And in terms of how much, again, it's a very subjective matter. So it's up to the shareholders. Yeah.